Hi there, I'm Michael. I grew up in northern Arizona. Growing up, monsoon rains were a reliable fixture to the summertime. You'd wake up every single morning for weeks knowing that the day would be bright and clear in the morning. By early afternoon, up on the mountain, the San Francisco peaks, the clouds would build, they'd get dark, and by mid-afternoon, like clockwork, rains would come, giving life to the land. But for the past 20 years, Arizona has been in a drought, and I've seen in my lifetime the impact that climate change has on these weather systems. For example, 2020 was the driest year on record for Arizona. But this past July in Tucson, where I now live, we had the wettest month on record. Over 8 inches of rain, which is 2/3 of the year-long annual average. Communities need to make a plan to mitigate these wild changes in our precipitation patterns. We need a plan for climate change. Climate change is now, it is here, and we need to deal with it. I want to talk to you today about relationships. Relationships between our community where we live and the watershed. A watershed is easily thought of as a valley. When rain falls in a valley, it flows downhill to a river or a lake. And everything within that valley is related and connected through that hydrological cycle. So what happens in the valley has an impact. In forests, I want to use it as an example of how communities should be planning within this watershed context. Forest health is integral to watershed health. Due to the conditions of drought and increasing temperatures from climate change, wildfire seasons have expanded, they've become more frequent and more intense. As a result, monsoon storms bring devastating flood events. These flooding events bring debris flows that are disastrous to our infrastructure and our homes and have an extreme impact on water quality. So this is the connection between what's happening in the forest and what's happening downstream where we live. This relationship of where we live and the impact of the broader watershed is integral to how we plan as a community to mitigate climate change. When the well is dry, it's too late to plan.